Hi guys, Robbie46 here, welcome yourselves back to Ride 2. I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. It is time to do another bike comparison, so let's get to it. Today we're going to be comparing the BMW S1000 RR against the BMW Hp4. Now just to clarify, this is the 2015 S1000 RR versus the 2013 Hp4. So let's look at the stats. First off, we're going to look at the S1000 RR. So, maximum power is 246.2 horsepower, maximum torque 135.3, displacement 999cc, cylinders 4, and weight is 171.3 kilograms. Acceleration, of course, these are stats that the bike has been fully upgraded, so is the Hp4. So, acceleration is 9.7, braking power is 8.7, top speed 9.7, and handling is 9. Maximum PP once fully upgraded is 970. Let's have a look at the BMW Hp4 now. So maximum power 238.7 horsepower, maximum torque 134.1, displacement 999cc, cylinders 4, and weight is 164.8 kilograms. Acceleration is 9.5, braking power 8.8, top speed 9.9, and handling is 9. Maximum PP once fully upgraded is 967. Let's do a little comparison side by side. We've got the S1000 RR on the left and the Hp4 on the right. So maximum power, the S1000 RR wins that one with 246.2 horsepower to 238.7. Maximum torque, again the S1000 RR just nicks it with 135.3 against the 134.1. Displacement and cylinders are exactly the same, 999cc 4 cylinders. But it's the Hp4 which is lighter, of 164.8 kilograms to the S1000 RR's 171.3 kilograms. And now we're going to look at the performance. Acceleration, the S1000 RR wins that with 9.7 to 9.5 for the Hp4. Braking power, the Hp4 has a slight advantage of 0.1 with 8.8 over 8.7. Top speed, again the Hp4 wins that one with 9.9 to the S1000 RR's 9.7. And handling is equal with both on 9. PP, the S1000 RR just nicks it by 3 with 970 to the Hp4's 967. Now it's time to go do some laps. We're going to start in the dry at the Nürburgring with the S1000 RR. Let's see what my fastest time will be on this bike. So here we go, S1000 RR at Nürburgring in the dry. See what we can do. Well, you've seen the lap time I just done was a 155.999, but this is going to be even quicker. This bike does want to wheelie a hell of a lot. It can be quite annoying. It seems to wheelie maybe on par with the Yamaha R1, the newer R1. It seems to wheelie like that amount. It is annoying. It takes a little while to start getting used to it and start getting your decent lines and not wheeling too much out of corners. You have to really feather the throttle, especially on acceleration. But like I said, this will be my fastest lap. Once you get your head around coming out of corners relatively gently and keeping the front wheel down, it is quite a decent bike. It understeers a little bit, but other than that, it feels pretty good. Of course, this is just in the dry, so we are on par to beat our current fastest time, which is a 155.999. So let's see what we can do on this 2015 BMW S1000 RR. As we come around this right-handed to go into the back straight, hopefully I can keep the front end down. Yes, I can. Through the quick right-hand kink. Got the chicane coming up, so still only 2.66 under, or 0.266 I should say. Right, final corner coming up. Let's see what we will do. Get a good run out of here. That was okay. What is our lap time going to be? 1:55.732. There we go. That was the fastest lap I'd done on that bike. 1:55.732. Now we'll go over to see how the HP4 performs. Over to the HP4 now. Again, dry track at the Nürburgring. So our time to beat, which I will put on the screen when we start, is a 1:55.732. Let's go do this on the HP4. So 1:55.732 is what we've got to beat. Let's go do this. I've actually had a few issues with the HP4. It seems like it's not a huge amount more aggressive than the S1000 RR, but it's just a little bit more aggressive that it kind of throws you a little bit. Again, just like the S1000 RR, it does want to wheelie for a pastime, which is annoying, especially coming out the slower corners. So either have to be gentle on the throttle or short shift with the gears. It doesn't feel as good as the S1000 RR. It does understeer it a little bit more, and it just feels a little bit less tame, which can cause all sorts of problems. But at the moment, on this lap, it's not being too bad. It's behaving itself. I know I've missed the apex of one of the corners, going really wide, but other than that, it's doing really well. Now you will see my split time is like 9.4 seconds quicker. That's because the quickest time I've set so far is in the 2 minutes, just because I kind of been struggling with just warming myself up for this bike for some reason. It just seems like the rear spins up a tad more than the other BM. But we're going to see what lap time we can do on this bike. 9.8 seconds quicker than our previous time. I think we need to do about 10 seconds quicker to be in the 1:55s, but it's going to be close. It's going to be very close. So 1:55.732 is what we have got to beat, and we are about to do. Here comes the line. A 1:55.399. We've managed to beat the S1000's time just by a few tenths. So there we go, fastest time in the dry, 1:55.399. Now it's wet track time. Well, the HP4 has drawn for first blood in the dry. It is quicker in the dry, but what about in the wet? We're going to start with the S1000 RR. See the time I've just done. My fastest so far is 2 minutes, 0.3. So what can we do on this bike? Again, with the wheelie in, it is super annoying in the wet, and it does spin up quite a bit in the wet as well. Obviously, no settings or setups on these bikes. Traction controls turn right off, so it's anti-wheelie, and I'll be using them obviously for both bikes. But yeah, I've been struggling a little bit in the wet with this bike, just because it keeps wanting a wheelie just when you don't want it to, and it spins up really, really badly. And coming out of corners, when it starts spinning up, and then when it finally grips again, that's when it starts wheeling even more. So it's really annoying coming out of slow corners. You've got to be really gentle on the throttle, otherwise the rear spins, and eventually it grips, and then you pull a massive wheelie. So you're losing shitloads of time doing that. But we're on par to equal our time at the moment, which is not what we want to be doing. So we need to keep pushing. Come on, we can go quicker than 2 minutes. Ideally, I want to get into the 1:59s, just because I know that that's a relatively decent lap time. So we're not far off. We just need to get through here cleanly, but then we previously have done so. 0.199 at the moment is what we're under. Get out of here really well, hopefully. Come on. Into the final corner. Out we come. Alright. The line is coming up. Will it be under 2 minutes? Line's coming up. 1:59.265. So there we go. S1000 RR in the wet. a 159.265. That's what we got to see what time compares with the HP4. So off we go to use the BMW HP4. 159.265. Right, let's go do this. BMW HP4 in the wet. So we've got a bit of 159.265. Is that doable? I'm not gonna lie, guys, I've really been struggling on the HP4 in the wet. It is a horrible bike to ride in comparison to the S1000 RR. This bike in the wet, it feels really horrible. It understeers, it spins up a lot more than the S1000 RR does. It wheelies a lot more, and it's an animal in the wet. It's horrible to use. So I haven't even got under the 2 minutes at all yet, or even close to 2 minutes. So I've been struggling with this one. I struggled with it a little bit in the dry, even though we were quicker in the dry. But in the wet it feels 10 times worse than the S1000 does. And yeah, it just feels really horrible. Like I said, it understeers, you get so much wheel spin on the rear, and you get a lot more wheeling as well, which is not good. But we're going to see what we can do anyway. Just about hitting apexes with this bike. I don't know why, it just feels so different to the standard S1000 RR. It doesn't feel anywhere near as planted. It just feels super aggressive in the wet. Into the chicane. And then we're going to be off to the final corner. Spinning up. Final corner time. So we had to beat a 159.265. See, he's trying to wheelie. Stop wheeling. Get down. 159.365. So literally a tenth slower. Although I will say that that bike feels really horrible in the wet. I would much rather use the S1000 RR in the wet. So let's have a look at the results. In the dry, it was the HP4 which was the quickest, 155.399 to the S1000 RR's time of a 155.732. So about 4/10 quicker than the S1000 RR. But in the wet, the S1000 RR took that victory. Only just so by a tenth with a 159.265 to the HP4's 159.365. So overall, even though the HP4 is quicker, quite a bit quicker in the dry than the S1000 RR, I think that as an overall package, the S1000 RR feels better to use than the HP4, and especially in the wet, even though the times are really close, I really had to push on the HP4, and it could have probably crashed at any moment. So it took me. I wasn't doing consistent laps like I was with the S1000 RR. So there we go, guys. I will at some point do a video with the results for all the bikes we've used so far, with all the times for the wet and the dry, and of course keep adding to them the more bikes we use, just to compare the times for each bike in both conditions. But anyway, guys, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!